Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm putting the Carpuride W904 through its paces. The 904 is a dashboard console which will put Apple CarPlay or Android Auto in 99% of vehicles with just a 5-minute install. But not only that, the 904 has a 4K rotatable dashcam plus can be paired with a full HD reversing camera that doubles as a rear dashcam, so your vehicle's being recorded from both ends. The W904 connects to your phone for safer navigation and music controls, with a large touchscreen on your dashboard to put the tech of new cars in any vehicle with a 12-volt port. And yes, your Bluetooth steering wheel controls will work when using this device. I've reviewed a bunch of dashboard consoles over the years and really like this sleek design, with its cousin the W903 taking up a permanent spot on my dashboard as I make this video. So the question is, can the 904 dethrone it? And just so you know, Carpuride provided the device for me to make this video, though all the thoughts and opinions are my own. If you like what you see, I've got affiliate links in the description below which help make videos like this possible. And do use the discount code LensOfJames at checkout to get a discount off your order from carpuride.com. Let's get stuck into the video. Getting the W904 out of the box, it's got a smart screen that's 10 inches across, though the working inner screen is 9.3 inches thanks to the thin bezel around the screen, which will be more apparent when I turn it on. Also in the box are a number of accessories to use with the W904. Up first is the 12-volt adapter, which has a right-angled USB-C connection which will be relevant in a moment, and this powers the device. It also has a built-in USB-A port on the end, so you can power or charge another device while you drive, such as a phone. Then there are the two mounting options, and these are compatible across Carpuride's devices, so you can keep your mount if you're upgrading your console. Up first is the sticky pad mount. This design has an adjustable mounting plate which can be tilted and turned, and it also has a flexible base which is really handy for fixing to curved dashboards like mine. Overall, it's a discreet and minimalistic mount, and comes with a spare sticky pad in case you decide to change mounting positions at a later date. The sticky pads are very strong and once stuck to your dashboard won't come off without a lot of effort. Next is the second mounting option, a suction cup mount with an adjustable, extendable, tiltable, rotatable arm. The suction cup itself is very sticky and provides really strong adhesion in addition to suction to any dashboard. The nice thing about this mount is it isn't permanent, so you could use it in other vehicles. If you find it isn't as sticky as the first time you used it, just give it a wash with some clean water. There's also a mounting plate included, in case that's needed for a rough dashboard surface. Then there's an aux audio cable for wired playing of music through your car speakers. Finally, there's an optional Full HD reversing camera which has a 2.5mm jack on the end of a 6m wire and a red wire for connecting to your reversing light, so you can have a reversing camera. I'll go through it and how to install the reversing camera in much more detail later in the video. To get you started, there's a thorough user manual in a number of languages which is very comprehensive and covers pretty much everything you'll need to know. Going back to the screen, there's a power button on top, though the console does turn on automatically when the ignition is turned on, and then on the back there's one of the most exciting features, the Dashcam. The 4K camera module sits on the right hand side as you look at the screen, compared to in the middle of the W903. Whilst you may think that this setup is better for right hand drive cars, it really doesn't make much difference as the camera is very adaptable and the filming angle can be easily adjusted. With the ability to not only push it up for a better view of the road from your dashboard, but also to rotate the lens around 350 degrees, you can point the camera and record wherever you want to, whether that's at you and your passengers inside the cabin, or the road ahead like a conventional dashcam. Another difference from other models is that the ports are on the top of the device instead of the sides, which is where the right-angled USB-C is useful to point the cable behind the device. On the W904 there are 4 ports consisting of the 3.5mm aux port for wired audio, the microSD card slot, and the 904 comes with a 64GB card already in the device, a 2.5mm AV in port for the rear view camera, and a USB-C port for powering the console. On the back there's a reset button, a small speaker behind the plastic housing, the mounting area, and 3 raised areas for tidying cables, which is a new addition and a really nice way to control the inevitable wires coming out of the device. So let's get installing the W904, and it really is a quick and easy job to set up one of these devices in a vehicle. Choose either the suction cup or sticky pad mount and where you want to fix it. It could be on the dashboard, on the windscreen, or overhanging the existing radio. With the mount stuck down, simply push the device in place on the mounting pins and plug the USB-C cable into the port, with the other end going into the vehicle's 12-volt socket. It's really as simple as that. Once the device turns on, so will the 904. The only other thing you could do is hide the wires. As you can see here, I've got a couple of wires hidden in the dashboard trim from the 903 to neaten it up. How to remove the trim is different for every vehicle, but most of it just pops off, or you can get a trim removal tool set to help. Plugging in the provided USB-C cable and turning the 904 on, the Carpuride logo will show before moving to the home screen, and the camera will immediately start recording, just as a dashcam should. It takes about 9 seconds to get to the home screen and 7 more seconds to start recording and be ready, whilst taking around 22 seconds to go from off to the Android Auto screen if you're using that function. Those sort of times are pretty quick for dashboard consoles. You've got a lovely bright display which is very sharp and high quality, though the colours are perhaps on the cooler side if I'm being very picky. That said, the layout feels cleaner and less cluttered than some other consoles I've tested in the past. At this point I should say it's really difficult filming a screen, so if you're seeing a few artifacts or lines on the video as we go through the apps and settings, it's purely my camera and not the screen display, which is bright and sharp and isn't done justice by my filming skills. Let's get started with the apps, and on the left you have the home button at the top and below that the brightness button. Pressing it brings up the adjustable bar and there isn't much lag on it at all. Press the sun symbol and auto brightness will come on, which is controlled by the sensor just visible on the left of the screen. By putting my finger over it to simulate darkness, you can see the screen dimming. The next button is the sound button, and this is a changeable button based on how you're listening to music on the device. If the headphone symbol is showing, then you're listening via a wired aux cable and you'll be taken to the audio output page. If a speaker symbol is showing, you're using the built-in 904 speaker, so we'll get a volume bar to turn it down. You can also get an FM signal for radio transmission and a Bluetooth symbol for wireless playback through your vehicle. The fourth and final button on the left-hand menu is the Dashcam, and here you can view the cameras that are recording. It's worth noting here that the 904 can shoot footage in 4K, but came set up in 1080, though I'll go through how to change that in the settings a little later. If you're filming with both front and rear cameras, swiping left or right on the screen will switch between cameras or show both of them at the same time. Along the bottom are a number of buttons to play with. The first is to stop or start recording. Remember that it automatically starts recording when the device is turned on, however. The next option is to lock the current clip so it can't be overwritten, or unlock it again. The third symbol is to take a photo of the current scene, whilst the fourth is to return to the home screen. The next one is a shortcut to the audio playback screen, which I'll go into shortly, and would take you back to, say, Android Auto if you're connected that way. And the last icon turns the device microphone off so you aren't recording sound on the dashcam while you're driving. Back on the home screen and moving to the right, the date and time feature prominently on the screen before a selection of 8 apps take up the other half of the display. First is CarPlay, and this is how you'll wirelessly connect your iPhone via Bluetooth. On this screen you can access a number of connection options, and you'll notice as I move between them that you can't be connected to more than one option at a time, which is standard for these types of devices and also stops you using apps you shouldn't when driving. The next tab along the top is Android Auto, and you connect an Android phone to the 904 in exactly the same way as you do an iPhone. Find the Carpuride device in your Bluetooth settings, go through the permissions, and you'll be connected. When turned on, the device will automatically connect to your phone and CarPlay will launch on the 904 screen to play your music and navigate. It's a really simple setup for what is one of the best and most used features of dashboard consoles like the 904. Next is AirPlay, and if you have an iPhone, you can mirror your screen, so if you were watching a YouTube video, you could show it on the dashboard with ease. Android phones don't have a similar function built in, unfortunately, but screencasting is also possible, though it's a little more long-winded. Tap the Superlink tab and you'll get instructions to download the EveLink app, a third-party app that will allow you to do much the same as AirPlay. Tap Mirror Casting and you'll see your phone screen on the 904. Tap AirDrop and the 904 will display your photo album so you can browse your images on the device. It's a pretty handy addition to have, it's just a shame that it isn't natively baked into Android phones like it is for iPhone. It's also worth noting that EveLink works for iPhones too. The next tab is BT Music, which is separate to the CarPlay and Android Auto Bluetooth connection. If you have your phone connected to the 904 via Bluetooth, but are not using CarPlay or Android Auto, then this is where you'll see what music you're playing. The final tab is Wi-Fi video, and by downloading the Video app on your phone, you can add your dashboard camera and live view your vehicle, view recorded clips remotely, and more, which is a great functionality to have. The 904 will have to be on, however, and you'll have to be nearby so you can connect to the local Wi-Fi signal. Going back to the home screen again, you'll see that all the tabs we've just covered are in fact individual apps on the home screen for quick access. As we've already covered the first 5, next we'll head for the 6th app, Audio Output. And this again takes us to another page we've already seen, also accessible via the green button in the left menu. The next app to explore is Playback, and this is where you can view all of your dashcam videos, photos, and locked content which are stored on the microSD card. It's really nice to have the ability to play back footage instantly on a big screen, as some dashcams don't offer screens at all these days. The last app is Settings, and there are a number of things to explore here. The first tab is General, and here you can change the screensaver duration, let the device know which side of the road you drive on, choose how you want your split screen mode to look in CarPlay or Android Auto, set your auto brightness parameters, and toggle auto brightness on and off. Next is Assistive Touch. When you use the CarPlay or Android Auto interfaces, a small movable button will appear which enables you to quickly access the home, Bluetooth, camera and brightness settings. The final button on this page is Clear Connections, and this will reset all of your previous connections to devices. The second tab is Camera Settings, and first we have Camera Format, which shows 720p, 720n, 1080p and 1080n. These different options allow for different reversing cameras to be used, but the standard Full HD Carpuride rear cam works on 1080p. Other options just bring up squiggly lines. The next button is Record Resolution, and here you have 720p, 1080p, 2.5K and 4K resolutions for the front camera. Next you can choose your segment duration, or how long you want your dashcam clip to be before it cuts and starts another clip. As with the majority of dashcams, once your memory card is full, the 904 will start overwriting the earliest footage unless it's protected, so you always have the latest footage to hand and don't have to constantly clear your memory card, though it's always a good idea to format your card regularly. Collision sensitivity is also adjustable, which will protect clips if it detects an impact while moving via the G sensor. Next you have another way of turning the microphone on and off, and the ability to flip or mirror both front and rear camera images to suit how the console and rear camera are mounted. Parking Monitor provides settings for G-sensor sensitivity when the vehicle is parked, as there's a 24-hour parking mode to detect and film incidents when you're away from the vehicle. This is a really great feature, though it requires an optional hardwiring kit, and the feature only shows up in settings when you're connected via a permanent power source. This video will get way too long if I do a full rundown on how to hardwire a device in a car, but luckily I've already made a full, in-depth, step-by-step guide on how to hardwire a device just like this. It's not as difficult as you'd think, and would be worth it for that extra protection to your vehicle around the clock. I'll put a link in the description below, or there should be one in the top right hand corner of this video too. To complete the camera settings tab, you have reverse line calibration, and although I don't have a camera plugged in right now, you can adjust the reversing lines you use to suit how you've installed the camera. For example, if it wasn't installed centrally, or you couldn't see certain areas, you could adjust the lines to make yourself aware of this when reversing. The final settings tab is System, and here you can choose your language, choose to turn on or off tapping sounds, change the date and time, check out your storage info based on the memory card you have installed, format the memory card to wipe it, perform a factory reset on the device, and check the firmware version. Lastly, along the top right corner there are a number of symbols, but these aren't pressable and just denote your connectivity and recording status. The optional Full HD rear view camera offers the ability to have a rear dashcam to record what's going on behind, as well as a reversing camera to help with parking and gauge distances. You can leave the red wire alone if you don't want the automatic reversing screen, but in order to get the camera installed, you'll need to attach the lens to either the rear window using the sticky pad, or as I've done here, feed it through the inside of the rear door to the outside and screw the camera in place near the number plate. The long wire will need to be hidden in the vehicle, and then the camera can be adjusted to get the right filming angle and tightened. The only difference to use this as a reversing camera instead of just a rear dash cam is that the red wire will need to be attached to the reversing light wire, so that when you put the car in reverse, the camera knows this and the W904 device will automatically bring up the reversing screen. Most of the images you're seeing here are from the full detailed step-by-step video on how to install this type of rear view camera to the reversing light that I made recently, which you should see a link to in the top right corner, but I'll also leave a link in the description below. Much like hardwiring the device, it's really not that bad a job, and I think is really worth the effort. With a built-in 4K dashcam, you can expect some pretty reasonable image quality. Dashcams as a whole do lack the quality of, say, a phone filming in 4K, as they have to capture and store so much footage in the smallest possible size, so it can be quite heavily compressed. The 904's footage is decent considering it's a dashboard console first and a dashcam second. Number plates are clear in daytime recording and important details are visible at night too. I did find, however, that the camera vibrates a little on my dashboard, but I have a van which isn't the smoothest ride anyway, so I've no doubt it would be a bit different if installed in a more comfortable vehicle. The Full HD rear camera quality is great too, and having the dual purpose as a reversing camera is a really nice addition. Here's a few more clips of both the front and rear camera at daytime and at night, just so you can get an idea of the filming quality. I haven't done anything to edit these clips. This is how they look straight off of the memory card. You could be forgiven for thinking that with all of the features mentioned, plus a 4K dashcam, the Carpuride W904 is going to be very expensive, but I actually think it's quite reasonably priced. The 904 retails for £190 or $240, though there are always discounts and deals around, and at the time of filming it can be found for much less. I've got affiliate links to all the major retailers in the description below, so have a browse to find the best price and be sure to use the discount code LensOfJames at checkout to save on your order from carpuride.com. Carpuride has continued their line of sleek, streamlined CarPlay dashboard consoles with the W904, and it's a subtle but nice upgrade. It's fast, bright and easy to use, and is super functional with both CarPlay and a 4K dashcam. I've had no problems when using the device. It starts up every time, doesn't glitch or lag, and the software is stable. The addition of cable management on the back of the device is something I haven't seen before, but is no doubt going to be handy for a lot of people, including myself, as I think it's time to swap out the 903 for the 904. Being able to put Apple CarPlay or Android Auto in pretty much any vehicle without the hassle of wiring and removing radio head units or having to pay for a brand new vehicle is invaluable and is a great way to upgrade an older car. If you've enjoyed this video and think I've earned it, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.